right now.
Shush it. All right, here we go.
The whiskey is flowing.
Oh, Lord.
Me sounding crazy.
All right, hold on. Yo. All right, John, real quick. Wait, so do you actually, the pilots, like, they make it muffled for a reason? Like, purposely?
I do.
So, wait, why? No, but is it a thing?
Following a great tradition of muffled pilots.
Yeah. You want to hear?
Is it a thing? Like, they really do that?
I mean, yeah, because we have a headset with a mic on it, but we like to grab the handheld. So when you grab the handheld, you just like if I were to cup this mic like this, it would sound like this, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
so what's the typical line that you guys would say?
You want to hear my pilot voice?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen from the flight deck, this is your captain speaking. We'd like to welcome you aboard this flight with service into Teterboro. Our flight time's going to be an hour and 40 minutes.
This is good. Introduce the podcast like that, back by 9.
Ladies and gentlemen from flight deck, this is your captain speaking. We'd like to welcome you aboard the Flight by 9. What is it called?
Back by 9.
Bloopers.
This is the whiskey.
Back by 9. And take 2.
Call it 3.
Take 3.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen from the flight deck, this is your captain speaking. We'd like to welcome you aboard the Back by 9 podcast. To my right here, we've got my first officer, Cross. Of course, I am the captain of this ship. And then to my left, we've got our flight engineer, Mr. Bam, who's going to be taking us all the way to Los Angeles this evening. We expect smooth flights, no turbulence, and we're going to be cruising at 36,000 feet. Flight attendants, prepare the cabin for a pushback.
There's always a fucking baby.
Silence your babies. Give them a Xanax.
Hey, that was a beautiful introduction. That's the first of any of my podcast episodes.
Let's go.
Yes, this is episode 17 of the Back by 9 podcast. I'm here with my man, John Alexander GATSBY. I don't know if you want to say Alexander, but it's Gatsby.
I like it. That's true. It's accurate. That's
What's
accurate.
Up, man? Hey, man, thank you for inviting me over to your home. It's beautiful.
Welcome.
Out here on the west coast of things.
Let's go.
Here alongside engineer, amazing talented dude, Bam. Producer. Sorry about that, producer. Bam and this motherfucker.
Hold on. 6-time #1 Grammy-nominated producer, Bam Alexander Hodge.
Talk
Let's
that
go.
shit, god dang it.
Let's go.
Yes. Man, how you been, man? How's everything? How's the West Coast treating you, bro? Hey, it's
I miss New York. I will say, we met in New York.
Yeah, we met in, we shot our first video, I think it was in New York or in Jersey, one of the other.
Because you came to the house. You always come to the house.
Yeah.
You the one videographer that I've opened the doors. Yeah, we've done we've done 3 music videos?
We shot 3 music videos. Which was the first one? I know one of the videos that we shot was crazy.
Kinetic was the last one.
Yeah.
Oh.
The one with the whole casket.
Shallow.
Yeah.
Shallow.
That was a movie.
Yeah,
man.
that was literally a movie.
Yeah, man. That was a good one.
Yeah.
They can't hear what I'm
He
saying.
has to talk like this because he has his mic on his sleeve.
No, I'm just being dramatic, but y'all know what I'm saying. You gonna catch this in the edit like, what the fuck?
You sound like a Secret Service agent.
Yeah,
Tango's on the move.
He's wired.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, out here is it's real different, huh? I feel like I'm in GTA every time I'm out here. Like I'm in a video game. Like literally.
Yeah.
Like,
have you seen your first police chase yet?
No, I haven't. But
Stick
I have
around,
seen,
you will.
You know what's crazy is I saw for the first time the taxis that drive themselves.
Oh, the Waymos.
Dude, what
Yeah, I don't trust them. Would you ever get in a Waymo?
No, sir.
Yeah, me neither.
Dude, I was tweaking when I saw it. I'm like, there's nobody driving that car. And then my brother-in-law was like, no, that's the Waymos.
I saw one in a thunderstorm, and I was like, then I pulled up on it, and it was a guy behind the steering wheel. I'm like,
Oh, they're not supposed to do that.
Oh, really?
what is that?
It's supposed to be like a fully
Every other time I've seen it, no driver. But in a thunderstorm, there was a driver.
They had a driver. Well, I guess maybe for liability.
That was weird. Maybe somebody was just like taking it for a stroll.
Somebody might have said, fuck it.
Let me get
Right.
Fuck it. This is dangerous.
I'm the captain today.
And wait, so differences here have like the whole like forest fires and all that. Like, that's crazy.
That was scary as
Yeah.
fuck. That hill, I don't know if y'all can see this, but there's a hill right across here that caught on fire. And I was on the phone with my friend.
It was literally there.
And the hill caught on fire, and it was just a bush. And then I was on the phone with my friend, and I was like, should I evacuate? And he goes, John, if you're asking if you should evacuate, you should evacuate.
You should evacuate.
I went downstairs. I came back upstairs 4 minutes later. The whole hill was, I'm going to send you the footage so you can put it in the thing. The whole top of the hill was on fire. I start heading down the mountain.
You took your dinosaurs with you and...
Yeah, we loaded up the dinosaurs, Bronchosaurus, T-Rex, Raptor, loaded them all up,
Yeah.
and like grabbed their dog food. And
All right, let me ask you. I don't mean to cut you off, but
Yeah.
in that type of moment, what's the first thing you grab besides your dogs that you think that's an important thing that you got to just dip with?
dog food.
What about like any like your passport or something? No.
No, I didn't get my passport.
Oh, nice. So you really
A
care about your
gun.
dogs.
I
Okay.
grabbed a gun because
Yeah.
I figured like,
You never know. Yeah.
wow, West. Maybe I shouldn't have said that.
It's okay.
I didn't grab a gun.
I could bleep it.
I
2025.
definitely grabbed it. First of all, I'm an American citizen and we
Yeah,
have the
there you
right to
go.
carry them. So I definitely grabbed my fucking dog food. I had like an overnight bag. I had like a couple pair of underwear and t-shirts. You know
like
what's
a to-go
interesting?
bag just in case. Like
I do always. I'm a pilot and I'm always like on call. So like downstairs right now, I have a go bag packed in case I get called to fly. Like right now,
Okay.
well, I've been drinking, so obviously I can't fly right now. But
Thank you.
if that were to be the case, yeah, the rule is 8 hours bottle to throttle. That's what they say, bottle to throttle.
You know
Yeah.
what I do every now and then? Every time I get into a flight, I go up to the pilot and be like, "Yo, let me smell your breath real quick."
No, you don't.
Oh.
No, you don't. There's no way.
Sorry, I'm just kidding.
Hold on. I'm gonna tell y'all what I do on the flight to feel good.
What do you do?
When I get on the flight and I walk across that little bridge, I look to the left, and if the guy got gray hair, I'm feeling good.
Oh,
You know that's
If
a
the
good
guy
sign.
looks like you,
You're like, I'm
with
outta
no
here.
gray
Yeah,
hair.
very young. Well, you know what I do to give me a good sign that the flight's gonna be okay. When I hop on the airplane, if I see Jewish people or I see babies, it's not gonna crash.
okay, Kanye.
Everything's.
There's no way God's gonna kill
Oh, the chosen people.
a Jew and a couple
Yeah,
babies.
because it's not like Hitler killed like 6 million of them. It's not possible.
I'm like, those are important people. He's not gonna take them
Wow.
down.
By the way, my career just ended.
Thank God for edits.
I'll bleep it. I'll bleep
My
it.
career is over. Hello, leave it. Who cares? I love the
yeah,
Jewish
but
people.
no, it's cool. No, the West Coast is cool. I mean, I've been out here a couple times. I got family out here.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I got my sister lives out here. My brother lives out
Right, you
here.
said your brother-in-law.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would move out here though, man. I don't know.
You know why I did it?
I feel like go ahead.
I did it for the quality of life for the dogs, really.
Oh,
If it weren't for the dogs, I would have moved back to New York already.
really?
Yeah, because like I'm
Wow, you love your dogs a lot.
Yeah.
a lot of. They're my kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm a millennial, so like millennials, instead of having children, we get like dogs, pets, right? So like that was my thing. I started with one, and then I said, well, she needs a friend, and so I got her one, and then I don't know.
That's like when people have babies. Let me get my baby a brother.
They're like
or sister.
Pokemon. Got to catch them all.
Okay.
You plan on having kids?
Well, you got to get a girl first.
How you know I ain't?
Sorry,
never-
I don't know.
You don't even know what time my man on.
I'm just throwing it.
Right, hold on. How you go? I might have a few kids.
My bad, my
actually,
bad.
You might got to.
He's like Neo. He has like 5 months.
No, shout out to Neo because
Shout
he's
out to
doing it
Neo.
right. If you
He
can
is
afford
doing
them
it
all,
right. Hey.
like have as many as you want.
you
But
can afford them, yes.
I don't really personally. I don't want kids. But
Okay.
I always said that like if I love my partner and they say that they want kids, I will definitely want kids for them because they want. You know what I'm saying? So
You
like
would have them.
yes, but I don't want them
You don't
myself.
want them.
Wait, you
Yeah.
have kids?
No, I don't.
You don't have
You
kids?
don't?
I've been married 4 years, but no kids yet.
Can I be your like adopted like son?
A grown ass son, right?
Come on.
Hey, at least you don't have to pay child support if something happens.
Right.
I could be your dog's
And I'm
godfather.
self-sufficient.
I could be your dog's godfather.
Okay, I can take that because that means you're like my brother.
We're brothers.
Damn.
I'm
dude,
with that.
I feel wild out of place. I got 2 kids.
Yeah. Why you
my-
feel out of place? I got
They're
3.
all
They're
balanced.
just dogs.
I mean, my daughter is turning 18 this year, and my
Wow.
Yeah, dude. Yes. Sir.
I remember I met your son and I was like, this is your son?
You got it popping early.
Yeah, straight out of high school, I had my daughter, and then a year later, I had my son. So yeah, they're neck to neck.
Were you a shit parent like early on?
No, I was an
Were you
amazing
like-
dad. Literally, like it switched my mentality because I was a shit person prior to that. Like I was bad.
I knew there
dude.
was shit. So it had to be
it
shit
was-
somewhere.
There was doo-doo stained somewhere, and it was definitely me as a human. And as soon as I had my kids, it switched my mentality, literally, like
Not doo-doo stains.
that. And I became a responsible person, man. And
Shout
Yeah.
out to that. Shout out
Shout
to your
out to you,
kids.
bro.
thank you. No, hell yeah, dude.
I remember when I first met your son, he was helping you.
Yeah. So
When
I
we
bring-
did the when we doing the shallows.
I
Yeah.
bring them out to multiple sets, just to like put them onto game and like have them like, cause they look at me and it's like they see their dad working, so it gives them that work ethic as they grow up. You know
My
what I'm
dogs
saying?
are the same way. Yeah.
You take them on flights ever?
I took him on a flight when I moved to LA.
Oh, that was cool. Yeah, how was that experience? So you had to get on like a seat, like
big
you had to
ass
pay for a
horses?
seat.
Yeah, man. We flew United. Shout out to United Airlines. We flew United, and I booked like you know how they have like the middle seats, so it's like 5. I booked all 5 of the seats.
So it was a 3
row.
Yeah, it was like you got the window on this side, the window on the side, and then in the middle,
Oh, that's a
they call that a
big-ass
wide
plane.
body, so it's got 2 aisles, right? But yeah, we booked the whole middle section, and then like because I have 3 dogs, and I needed a person for each dog, so I hired my dog sitter back in New York, and then I think he brought like his cousin or something, and I had a dog, and then like I was in first
so you
class.
have to have a person per dog.
I don't know if you
can't
have
2
to.
dogs with 1 person.
I don't know if you have to, but it's hard to like. How can you say that you have 2 service dogs? You know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah.
I'm blind and deaf.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
you know what I'm saying?
Flying a dog can only be a service dog on the flight?
Yeah.
Like you can say
So
like
everybody's lying.
Yeah, most people are.
Most people say that they have like anxiety and they'll have like their
Fucking
yeah.
I actually
liars.
do have anxiety though. So.
Okay.
Who doesn't?
Dude,
Right.
but some people get crazy with it. They'll put a cat under it or something.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
weird animals that are, you know, it's like
Yeah.
what?
Oh, please.
Yeah. I've
Yeah.
seen people with
Well, I
cats
had
on
to get
planes.
here and I wasn't gonna drive. So yeah, we booked 5 tickets and then they had each one of them had a dog and then I took Boeing and we had first class of course. And then yeah, it was dope. We had the lie flat seats and everything. And his name is Boeing, right? I named all my dogs after airplanes. So like we got Boeing, Dassault, and Piper. And
Wait,
so
what's that so?
Dassault is my favorite private jet. Boeing is my favorite commercial jet. And then Piper is the first airplane I ever flew, a Piper Cherokee. So like they're all named after like very important like
That's a bar.
So
Canon events.
we're 10 minutes into the pod.
Wow, that was
in case
quick.
you guys didn't know, he is a pilot and also a musician.
Sometimes.
So that's why we're kind of vibing off the plane situation. And we're gonna get into the music in a bit.
Yeah.
But real quick, so you as a pilot, I want to ask you a couple questions. Okay. What is your stance on? Do you think the Earth is flat?
This guy went crazy.
The Earth is not flat. The Earth's not flat, bro. I don't know. Did you hit it a sound effect?
I hear the sound effect.
Oh, that was literally like perfect timing. You think the Earth is flat?
Okay. Yes, we're gonna get. Yeah.
You
we'll-
do? Oh, that's silly.
I do think the Earth is flat
That's
for
silly.
many reasons, but I want to ask you why do you, so what are your reasons in thinking that the Earth is a sphere?
Look up at every other celestial body that you see in our solar system, and they're all round. So
how
what
do
makes
you,
you
how
think?
do you know they're round?
Have you
them?
seen the fucking moon?
It's how do you know it's round?
With my
How do you know it's
wait,
round?
hold on. Are you on the Earth is flat crew?
I'm on the I don't know crew.
That's crazy.
Hold on.
That's crazy.
I got you. I'm gonna tell you why I'm on the I don't know crew. Because I ain't never seen it myself.
Exactly.
The moon? You've never seen the moon? Look
How
at
do
it.
you know
Look.
it's round?
I don't know what that is.
Bro, can we go look
I
at
ain't
the
been
moon
there.
right now? Like,
I ain't been there.
hold on. Like where? Okay, this is crazy
We
because
only see one side of the moon.
you know what's
though.
so fucking yeah, but it's round. The one sign that you see is round, so like presume the other side is probably round too.
This
The front of a
if I'm
disc
looking-
is round.
If I'm looking at this from up here, it looks round, but it's not.
Help me.
That's a disc up there.
That's what I'm saying. If I'm looking at it from this way, it looks round, but it's not. It's a disc. All right, let me ask you: when you're flying a plane, right? No, serious question.
Yeah,
When you're flying
yeah,
a
yeah.
plane, to keep altitude, do you duck your nose down at all, or you duck it up a little bit? You duck it up, right? Because I saw it on the pilot's pamphlet.
You're talking about the pitch of the nose.
Yes.
Okay, so that's more. We're gonna get
Answer
very
the question.
technical, but the pitch of the nose has to do with the speed, the relative speed of the aircraft.
Do you duck your nose down or up?
It depends on what the winds are doing at altitude.
For the most part.
For the most part, airplanes cruise in a slightly nose-up configuration. Yes.
If you
If
did
we're
that,
on
you
a
would fly
sphere-
out of
If
orbit.
we are on a
I'm not
globe-
saying I'm a flat earther. I'm just saying
You would have to duck your nose down.
Oh Lord, there's a whole atmosphere to keep you from. There's gravity to keep you from.
the theory.
Whew. Okay. To escape Earth's orbit, you have to go over 12,500 miles an hour, right? Airplanes don't go that fast, so we don't have to worry about flying out of orbit. We're not rockets. I didn't know this was gonna go here. The Earth is round, guys.
What you didn't know is Neil deGrasse Tyson is going to remix this video.
And hopefully he'll tell you that the Earth is round.
Okay.
The Earth is very round. I've seen the curvature of the Earth. I'll tell you, in some of the private jets, we cruise higher than commercial airplanes, right? We start in the 40. Y'all are in the 30s of thousands of feet. We start in the 40s of thousands of feet. There have been times where I've made it up to 50, 51,000 feet. And when you're up there, you can slightly see the curvature of the Earth.
That still doesn't prove that we're on the circle.
All right, well, I got you in another way, all right? If you fly from LA to Moscow, you will fly up and over the... Can I get my globe?
Yeah. Can you? Because I'm gonna prove your point wrong right now.
We'll be right back.
Flight paths prove that the Earth is flat. I'm gonna show you right now.
Very wrong.
Anyway.
You know what's so funny? You know what's so funny? When we were making these records, I wish Gio was here right now because it'd be 3 against 1. He said that shit, and we have it all recorded. Gio's like, the Earth is flat.
I'm not sure, guys.
The Nile is the Mississippi River.
All right, perfect example, right?
Okay.
Let's say you wanted to fly.
This whole thing is crazy. From LA to Tokyo.
Wait, where's LA?
LA is here.
Right here, and Tokyo is where?
Here.
Okay, how's that flight path? Answer me that question. Why does it do that?
Because the Earth is round.
That makes no sense. Why don't you go this way?
If you're doing LA to London, because that's a longer distance. That is a longer distance than that.
No, it's not.
You're calculating that on a sphere.
Because the Earth is round. All of it proves my point.
So you want to know why they fly like this? Because the Earth is flat, so it's quicker to go this way than this way.
Tell me, a pilot, yeah. What I would say is this, okay? Like, for example, if you're flying from LA to London, the quickest way to get... London's up here, right? This is London, right?
Yeah.
This is LA. The quickest way to get there is to fly north.
Over Greenland?
Exactly.
Over Greenland.
Wait. So wait. Which way do you fly? From here to where?
North over Greenland.
So they fly over this?
Yes.
When I flew to Croatia, we did the same thing. Over Greenland.
Because the Earth is round. If the Earth was flat, then what you would see, then England would be all the way over here. So you would do like this, which is a much longer flight than that. Does that make sense?
I guess, but okay.
The direction is all augmented because it's a sphere and not a flat surface.
It's very round.
If it was a flat surface, it would all work out that it's a straight line.
So like all the photos from the space station, you don't believe them?
No, those are all Photoshop. There's no way.
The moon landing was a hoax?
That was a hoax, yeah.
All right.
The flag was waving.
but you're believing something that they showed you. How do you know it's a real
I've
thing?
seen it. I've seen the curvature of the Earth. Like I said,
the flag is waving on the moon landing. It's supposed to be a vacuum.
It is a vacuum.
The flag is going like this.
It is right, but it's because they're manipulating the flag, trying to get it into its post. So as
So
they're
how
manipulating
did it
and
go
twisting
like
the flag,
this?
they're moving the pole. So as they're moving the pole, it's moving the flag.
I don't know. I mean, listen, that's all. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But even one of the astronauts said that they never did it.
Which one?
What's his name?
Elon Musk.
No. One of the astronauts that went supposedly to the moon. He was on a whole bunch of interviews and he was saying that it never happened.
Neil Armstrong.
No, not him. The other guy.
Definitely went to the moon.
Not the other guy.
Buzz Aldrin will knock you out.
Him.
He
the one that
said
said
he
it.
would.
Buzz Lightyear?
No, Buzz Aldrin,
He's the one that said
Buzz
it.
Lightyear is based off of him.
Oh, cool.
Buzz Aldrin did not say that. Buzz Aldrin will punch you in your face if you say that he didn't go to the moon.
What? But
He's done it before. There was an incident at a book signing.
I'm gonna pull up the interview where he says it a couple times.
Please do.
And show it on the podcast.
Yeah, no. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay.
The Earth is round. If you look up at the sun, which you probably shouldn't do, that might be the reason why you think it's flat. But if you look up at the sun, you will see like the iris. It's round. The moon is round. If you get a telescope and you look at Saturn, you will see that it's round.
Yeah.
If you track the sun, like if you track the sun as it rises and falls on like an equinox, you will see. Like if you track the sun, you will see that it goes like this.
Well,
That's
before
circular.
I finish this conversation, I don't think that that the sun goes up and down. I feel like it goes like this.
The sun doesn't move. We move.
See, I think different.
I'm going to tell you how the sun is moved. Somebody in the studio like this. Somebody's got a favorite pushing that motherfucker around.
And who would that somebody be?
The Truman Show.
Y'all are,
Yeah,
because I was not expecting it to go this far left.
Real quick. Real quick.
I was like, wow.
Real quick. All right. So besides that, have you ever seen like UFOs or something?
I actually did see a UAP once.
Explain.
I was cruising in the Lear 31, and we were at 40,000 feet, and then above me was this boomerang-shaped object. And this is something that I have been obsessed with as of late, like the whole UAP, UFO, extraterrestrial, what they call non-human intelligence. Like I'm obsessed with it because I saw it, and yeah, it was this huge thing. It was maybe the size of like a football field.
No way.
In the shape of a boomerang. It had 5 lights, 1, 2, and then 1 in the center, and then 1, 2 on each sides of the boomerang, if you can imagine a boomerang.
Did it make noise?
No. And it was 40,000 feet above us. So I'm at
How
40,000
do
feet.
you know how
It's
far
like
above it was?
because you can, like, as a pilot, I can kind of like, I know I'm a trained observer. So like part of, like, I can tell distance because I'm constantly looking for traffic. I'm constantly looking for other airplanes. So I can tell an airplane 10 miles out will be a speck, but I can tell that it's in 10 miles out. And also 10 miles will close if we're heading this way and he's heading towards us, 10 miles will close very fast because you're going 500, I'm going 600 miles an hour, whatever the case.
So you were up and it was like up here?
It was up above us, but shadowing us. So like it wasn't stationary, but it was it looked stationary because it was shadowing our aircraft.
So trailing you?
I don't want to say it was almost leading us because I could see it in front of us. Like its angle was like here, right? So like I'm looking up through the cockpit like this and I see it over to the right. Me and my first officer both saw it. And then it went.
Let me ask you, did you report it or no?
Absolutely not.
Oh, yeah?
No. There was, until recently, there's been a strong stigma against pilots reporting it because they say you're crazy. They try to yank your certificates. A lot of times, pilots don't want to report anomalous things that they're seeing because as soon as you report it, the government gets on your ass and says, "Oh, you're seeing crazy shit. You need a psychic evaluation. We're yanking your medical. You can't fly anymore."
You're seeing the truth.
Yeah. There's definitely an NHI, non-human intelligence.
Did it make you sign any type of NDAs as a pilot or no?
No, that's so funny. You're the second person to say that. No, I've never signed an NDA, but I have a desire to keep my career. So that is what's kind of led me. And we're mentored, just as we are in music, by people who are more experienced than us. So like I was taught by older guys, and the stigma lives on. That stigma has been from the 40s and the 50s. That's been the thing. Like don't talk about like. You don't talk about no, like nah, because they're gonna say you're crazy. They're gonna say you're crazy. Most of the time, it's probably military tech anyway. So like they hit you with that line, and so
but
it's like.
But you knew deep in your heart it wasn't military.
I knew the moment it shot off at fucking breakneck speed.
Wait, you saw it? Poof. Into this more.
It was as if I blinked and it was gone.
That had to be moving so fast to do
faster
that.
than I can fathom.
That's insane, dude. And that was the only time you ever saw something?
The only time I've ever seen anything
Star
like that.
Trek.
I believe a lot of those shows are real. It's like leaked information to try to get us ready for it.
It's
like I think they're about to like. I think they're about to do some shit.
Where were you when you saw that on the Earth?
We were flying out of North Carolina. I can't remember exactly where we were. We were flying, so somewhere on the East Coast.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Well, damn. I was always interested in that. Like
me too.
So like, yeah, no, seriously.
I definitely
believe
in it.
I do believe in life on other planets, 100%. Everybody knows that about me.
Jimmy Carter saw UFOs. Like this is a phenomenon that's been seen for many years.
I feel like the Bible's a big book of alien
UFO. I believe so too. Like a lot of people say,
it just means foreign, by the way.
Yeah, or non-human.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
non-human.
Yeah, not from here.
Many people argue that the immaculate birth of Jesus was nothing but like an alien, what we would call a modern day UFO abduction. Because when you think about it, the story of Mary, where she was approached by Gabriel the angel, she was beamed up to the heavens, she was artificially inseminated, and then the wise men knew to get to her because what? A star followed her everywhere she went. Stars don't follow people. Mm-hmm. Bright lights from craft do. So if I were to be an extraterrestrial or a non-human intelligence observing an experiment that I'm working on, I might follow it around too. Yeah. So in my opinion, the Bible is accurate and true.
Yeah.
And
100%.
it's accurate and true.
I mean, Moses, like he went up to this mountain and then when he came back, he had radiation around him.
Radiation burns from the Ark of the Covenant because he was probably encountered. And if you remember, he wanted to see the face of God. And God said, I can't show you my face because it's too powerful, but I'll show you my back. And he showed him his back and Moses was blinded by it. And then he came down with the ark and had radiology burns. Yeah. They also say the same thing with like the Ark of the Covenant in Kenya. They say that it's in there, but all the guardians of it, they all go blind and they all show radioactive.
Dude, have you seen the new discovery of what's under the pyramids?
I saw that, the coils and whatever.
Dude, what is that?
I think that humanity in general is a species with amnesia. Like I think that we have
and secrets.
And secrets, but maybe secrets that were taken from us by our what we call our gods.
Forgot how powerful we were at one point.
I think that definitely we harnessed the energy of the earth at a time, and I think that it's possible that we could have even been more advanced technologically than we are currently now. But then some type of catastrophic event happened. All of them talk about a great flood. All of them talking about multiple cataclysmic events that have happened to humanity. So
that's insane.
If the cycle of humanity is this, and we're now here, but we don't remember any of this. We could have been here at one point. You know what I'm saying? And I think all of it's like rooted in truth. I think that's why I think science and religion go hand in hand. I think science proves religion as opposed to the antithesis of it. Like I think that
science is the breadcrumbs that God left behind.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He wants to be discovered.
Yeah, and that's so funny because a lot of people refer to God as a he, or I don't think it's even human. Like I don't think so. Either. It's so profound. Like
it's just how.
It makes it easier for us to write.
Yeah. Even when I say he, it's just
I mean, it's like when you go out to a group of people, you don't say, "Hey, what's up, girls?" You say, "What's up, guys?"
Yeah.
Even if it's girls and boys.
Right.
Undoubtedly,
exactly, and that's programming.
Yeah.
It's no different.
Undoubtedly, though, I would believe that if God were to be any gender, it must be a woman because the woman is the only thing that can recreate and create in its image.
So based on the Bible, oh no, maybe we shouldn't go. Based on the Bible, there was a man and woman came from the man.
Yes.
Wait.
That's true.
Okay.
But God could be of the feminine nature because God created a
Exactly.
woman is the only thing that can birth.
If a woman can come from a man, then that means that everybody has both there. If you think about it, it's all there in one person. It's just which.
So how do you feel about trans rights?
I don't want to get into that because I'm not trying to get canceled.
Let's get canceled.
No. I'm gonna tell you.
Okay.
Trans people have the right.
No, they don't. So what?
They should have the right to live the life the way that they want to live.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say something else. Okay.
I want a career. I'm not saying shit.
No. My thing is this.
Talking idealistically, they should have the right to live how they want to live.
Yes,
I agree.
But there's to a certain extent because I don't agree with a man that was biologically born a man to be in women's sports. That's not fair. Because a man is biologically stronger, faster than a woman.
Where's my 10-foot pole that I'm not touching this with?
I feel I feel like because it's more, there are more trans people in the world now. Maybe there should be transports.
There you go. That's my point. Yeah.
Transports?
Transports. That's a brand.
That's a brand. No,
Seriously, because in either way, you can get.
I get that.
A trans person
say that
could have an unfair advantage.
Yeah.
So I would want them. Like sports is all about an equal playing field.
Yeah. Let's have a sport.
Why don't they have a trans category?
Yes.
That's what I think. Instead of having them playing men and female, have a trans category.
Like I don't want to see a guy boxing against a girl.
No, that's not fair. That's just Ike and Tina.
Like a guy swimming, competing against a woman swimmer. Like in the.
But I agree though. I agree.
Yeah.
It's just I think the fairness should be all around.
Yeah, give them their own category.
They deserve a right to exist and live. They also deserve a right to compete.
Yeah.
But with others like them.
I agree with that.
Just like men, we're not competing against women. Women are not competing against men.
Yeah, I mean everybody has their role in life. You know what I'm saying? It comes to men and women. But yeah, no, that's
we
I
off
respect
the deep
that. I
end,
respect
guys.
that.
Seriously. How many careers Justin did?
No. You should reconsider naming this Off the Deep End.
Oh, I like that.
So let's get into the.
It is definitely there.
Let's get into the music, man. So how long you been?
Go.
All right, what came first, the pilot stuff or the music stuff?
Really? I wanted to be Michael Jackson when I was like way younger. So like definitely
did.
the music, yeah, for sure. Like he influenced everything. So the music came first, but then came this like sudden realization that like at a certain point it was like grow up. Music isn't like it's almost like a lottery thing. So it took me going into like following my other passion in aviation, which was my realistic passion, and then starting a business in that and learning that, oh wow, I can do this. That made me say, well, maybe I can do that other thing too.
On the side,
that not even on the side. Like I can do it. Like it's always something I wanted to do, but I always thought like I couldn't do it because it's like it's just the bar is here. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, well let's go for. I know it's crazy to go from like, yeah, I want to be an artist, so let's fly airplanes because it sounds like the bar is just as far for both, but. Flying airplanes is a little bit more. You can go to school. You can learn. Anybody. You can learn.
Yeah.
I don't think music can be really I mean, it can be, but like
music is not really grounded. It's still kind of esoteric.
But I also feel
Flying
it's
is kinda
genetics. Yeah, right. Like anybody can learn to fly an airplane. Yeah. Not everyone can learn how to sing a song soulfully. You can learn how to sing in key, but soulfully and with the passion and the energy and all the
I'll argue some people can learn how to sing in key.
Yes, absolutely. You can learn. You can be professionally trained, but like to learn how to hit those other things, like the passion, the emotion, it is a gift. Yeah. Yes. I feel like I was blessed with that gift from when I was very young. Yep. I think it is inherited. And so like when I reached out and learned that I could do this whole thing with aviation, that I could get my pilot's license, that I could start a business, it was like, okay, well, once I did that, it was like, well, why don't you try this other thing? You know what I'm saying? Because my biggest fear in life is laying on my deathbed and having a regret. And being like, oh, I wish I would have tried. I'm not afraid of dying.
See, that's the reason why I have a bucket list of shit that I want to do in my life.
Please do it all.
I say this so often on my podcast, but it's just a real thing. I have things that I have to accomplish before I go.
Yeah,
and I'm checking them off as I.
You gotta throw off the balcony here. You gotta.
Whatever.
Please don't make that on your checklist.
No, but whatever I have in my heart that I really, really want to accomplish, I do it, man.
Yeah, as you should.
You probably have seen a few of them. Like I started doing tattoos. That was on my bucket list.
Yeah.
You do them?
Yeah, I do tattoos.
Did you do any of your own tattoos?
Yeah, so I've done my entire legs.
Wow, you did all those?
Yeah.
Upside down.
Did it hurt?
Upside down.
Shit.
The cool thing about it is that since you're doing it on yourself, you can kind of like stop if it really fucking hurts. Because if someone else is doing it, you can't tell them stop. You just gotta let them do it.
So I tell them stop, it just be fucked up.
Yeah, but I learned how to like not go too, because you can feel how deep you want to go on your own skin.
So does that make you more empathetic? Since you know what it feels like when you're doing it to other people?
It's a weird feeling, but the thing is that with me, after a while, it starts to not even hurt.
I like your third eye cat.
Thank you.
That's fire.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm a big cat fan all of a sudden.
Wait, do you have any tattoos?
Not a one.
Not me. Me neither.
Oh, wait, you got tats? Holy shit. So I'm the only one with kids, and I'm the only one with tattoos.
And you're the only one that thinks the earth is flat. Well, it's actually both of you guys.
No, there's a big maybe here.
Yeah, he's in limbo about it.
It's not even... I'm going to clarify. I just realized, like, let me stop being so apologetic. Or unapologetic about things that I've never experienced.
Yeah. Like if you don't know for sure, you can't believe
I ain't seen the moon.
Well, I'll show you the curvature of the Earth one day. We'll go up.
No, I would like to.
You're coming.
No, I would like to, and I want to film it to show people that I don't see.
You're definitely coming too.
He's going.
Yeah,
I'm not going.
No, he's coming too.
I'm not going.
We might have to drag him on the plane, but you're coming.
Dead body.
So
don't say that. Never that.
So how old were you when you like really started taking the music serious?
26, 27.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I definitely did the aviation first.
Okay.
Like I said that I wanted to be a pilot when I was 5. That was like on one of my first plane rides. Apparently, I turned to my mom. I said I want to be a pilot. I'll show you the picture. The first time I flew an airplane, I think it was like on my 10th or 11th birthday.
What? You flew a plane at that age?
Yeah, I'll show you the picture. And it's really funny because
put it up on the thing.
Shout out to Chris Patsavors because he was my first flight instructor, and he took me on a discovery flight in one of Richard Petty's old Piper Cherokees. That's why my dog is named Piper. It was the first airplane I ever flew. And what's so interesting is that I was so small I couldn't see over the glare shield, or what you guys might call like the dashboard.
Yeah.
And so I had to sit on it.
Call.
Because in the car world.
Yeah.
But
well, excuse me.
As opposed to us who soar above. Yeah. But I had to I had to sit on a phone book to see over. Like I couldn't reach the pedals or anything. But it was cool. We flew from Greensboro to Martinsville, Virginia. We got fuel in the plane and flew back, and like dope. It was I was
kind of fell in love with that.
They say you get bit. Like they say it's like the bug. You get the bug, and like I definitely had the bug, and it was like from there on it was like I had to go to flight training, and so I started doing my flight training, and I do proficiently how to fly an airplane before I could drive a car, which was so interesting because my mom and my dad would drive me to the airport because I couldn't drive myself.
Oh, wow.
And I would hop in a plane by myself and fly it to like Georgia.
Well, we'll get right back into the music in a second, but hold on. I just want to ask one thing.
Yeah.
What do you think about like, so this year started, all the plane accidents that's been happening? You think it's just glorifying it in a weird way for some reason?
I mean, I think it's unfortunate. Those 67 people that died in D.C. was very, very sad.
Oh, that crashed into the helicopter?
Yes. That was very, very sad.
Now, do you think they're just like broadcasting it more right now? Because it happens every year, right?
Yeah, well, I think there's a sensationalism with that, especially once you have fatalities. This is our first airliner accident in over 10 years in the United States. So when you have something like that, every day there's things that happen, whether it be like emergency evacuations or non-fatal events happen every day in aviation. But when you have a fatal event, the news tends to sensationalize. So all those everyday occurrences now get blown.
The algorithm is just everywhere
essentially,
now. Like
because they know that you're watching it.
Crash.
They know that you're watching. You watch the shit from DC, and they know that you're watching it, and you're watching it, and so they're like, "Well, let's feed more of this." It's like the algorithm, like you said. It's like so it feeds into that their ratings, and it's all about the money.
Everybody is scared right now of flying, but I tell people every day, like, listen, Google how many people died in a car accident today
on the way to the airport. On the way to the airport.
Yo, hold on.
Uh-oh.
I was trying to I've heard that so many times.
It's true.
No, it's true.
More people die out of car crashes than a plane crash.
For sure.
You mind?
Go right ahead, sir.
Okay. I'm being silly.
Y'all are funny.
I'm being silly. That's true.
Yeah.
But the likelihood of you surviving a plane crash
it's zero.
So people can't use like more people die in car crashes. Like, of course.
Yeah.
But if you get in a plane crash, you're more likely to die.
That's true.
Yeah.
So people should say that. It's like, of course, because there's more plane crashes. It's just quantity.
Yeah.
But the quality of these accidents, forgive me, but the quality of the accidents.
Can we fact check how many people actually die from a car crash?
Way more than die in plane accidents.
Because there's more of them.
Yes.
So why aren't my point exactly? No. Perfect.
Versus a car crash.
No,
depends on how hard you hit whatever you hit.
I just said I want to use round numbers.
Yes, but that's
probably insanely wide.
No, but that's my point. Where people should be scared of entering a vehicle because there's more.
Well,
car
planes
crashes
crash significantly less than cars.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
So people should be scared of being in a
less,
car than a plane.
Of course,
right? Because we're
saying.
trained professionals, and you're just a driver. With
Now you got to worry about.
Let's say you're on a plane and shit goes crazy. More likely, it's over for you. More than likely.
Well,
if
it
you
depends
lose
on
control
what
of
goes
a car,
crazy.
I'm just saying, just round numbers.
Right.
Yeah.
If you lose control of a car or something happens, there's a chance that you'll live.
Yes.
There's not much of a chance that you'll live in a plane crash.
Great. I understand it completely, but I'm just saying that people are afraid of flying. So I'm like, why aren't you afraid of entering your car? If you're, you know what I'm saying? It's the same thing.
Because you're more likely to walk away.
No, I just think there's like a blissful ignorance. I think that it's easier to accept like, oh, a car crash won't happen to me. And then when you see plane crashes on the news every day, you're like, I may not want to book this flight. And by the way, that's terrible for the aviation industry, by the way, because it actually is very, very safe. Like this was the first accident in 10 years. Think about that.
No, that is something.
The first fatal airline crash in over 10 years. Like it's a very reliable and safe method of transportation. The pilots, whether as President Trump says, DEI, women, black, whatever. Like we're all trained to the same standard. The air traffic controllers are all trained to the same standard. What is it? A hair?
There's been a bug in my drink this entire time.
Oh no! Oh wow!
That's a gangster.
What kind of bug?
It's like a little, like a fruit fly.
Oh,
it's all right. That's protein. We're good.
Another strain of COVID has hit the United States of America.
Well, let me say this. Let me say this, and like I'm gonna get out the way. But
wait, we got to talk about these records.
Right, exactly. But I'm so jealous of you in this sense.
No.
That you love flying so much. My biggest fear in life is dying in a plane crash. Like there's nothing I'm more afraid of.
I think my fear is drowning. Drowning.
But I think of people that like flying and I'd be like, man, if I could not be afraid of flying, my life would be so different.
That's so funny.
I'm so terrified of that in plane.
I don't fear death no matter how it comes because all of us have to go through it.
Bless you.
Yeah, thank you.
We all have.
You know what? Because
none of us make it out of this thing alive.
Yeah, it's the only thing in life that's certain.
Yeah, it's the one thing we all got to do is die.
So I fear it.
But I also don't think that I don't think that death is final. Like I think
me neither.
I think that our souls come back in a way
in the next life.
Yeah, no, you're right. You can't.
I think it's also into the layering of your thinking. Depending on how deep you think, things affect you differently.
Yeah. Well, you know what they say? Physics says energy cannot be created or destroyed.
It's just redistributed.
Yeah, right. we're energy. We're gonna go into something else. It's a fucking tree or whatever.
But you're also telling me something you've heard.
Say it again.
You're also telling me something you've heard, which goes back to a core argument for me. It's hard to believe.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
That I don't know.
This is not what I've heard. This is just what I think. You know what I'm saying? I
Even
just feel
still,
like
it's the same thing.
Yeah, I just feel like we're energy. This is just a cover, and like when we go, this energy goes into something else.
Yes,
like,
I definitely feel like I have a soul, and there's more to me than just neurons firing.
Yeah.
And like my existence is not just the result of evolution. Like that, I have a soul. My soul is not a gender. It's not male nor female. It's not. It's something that it can transcend realities. I could move my soul into a dog. I could move my soul into a tree. We're all part of one single consciousness, in my opinion. So I think that when it's over, you get a chance to go again. I think
I
that
look
you
at my
can go
cat
again.
sometimes, and I'm like, yo, this has to have been a fucking person before,
Right?
though.
Me too with my dogs. Like the
like,
personality
they have
is there.
personalities.
Yeah. That just
so
shows that
weird.
there's consciousness.
And you know what? Let me tell you something. So I've always been a dog guy my entire life. I've never liked cats because I always thought that cats were like silly, like they don't listen to humans, you know, like they're so independent.
They're
they
so
don't care.
self-sufficient.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I was always like, fuck a cat, you know what I'm saying? Like they don't even know their name, like, you know, this whole shit. So then my fiance was like, hey, listen, I'm gonna get a cat. And I'm like, listen. And I was allergic. And I was like, if I start getting allergic, he's gonna need to fuck up out of here.
Oh no.
So she brought this little baby cat to the house. And the cool thing that I respect about cats is that they're not like dogs. They don't like to please humans. They'll find one human that they like and they'll make them their person.
Yeah.
He fucking attached himself to me, bro.
And only when it's convenient for them, though.
Oh God.
They're very like picky.
And now I fell in love with him, and I started studying about cats, and dude, their history is insane. So it's like
They
I
were
really
worshipped
respect
by the Egyptians, so.
They're different, man.
Yeah.
And when they like you, it feels good because they don't like people.
But also, if they were to size,
you
they
don't
would.
like cats.
Say that again.
It sounds like you didn't like cats either.
I
He didn't at first.
I hated them.
But also, cats are they have this.
Ways you and the cat.
The cat loved you and you
So
loved the cat.
I've heard that cats gravitate towards people that they don't like.
you
I mean, that don't like cats. They'll gravitate towards because they like people to not smother them. So the fact that I was ignoring him, he was like, "No, what the fuck?"
Yeah.
Let me go up to him a couple times.
He's like, "You don't think I'm cute?"
Yeah.
But that's life though. Like
Cats are
whatever,
cool.
there's like a weakness, there's a strength that kind of wants to enter.
Yeah.
Like
Now the bad thing is,
That explains most of my relationships. Very toxic.
well, the bad thing about a cat is this, okay?
Very toxic.
You can raise a cat for years, and if you die in the home, the cat will eat your
you.
body within
Yeah.
24 hours.
Where's the dog will starve.
Will die next to you. That's
I like dogs better. I mean, always have.
yeah.
Me
yeah.
too. That's
I
why
get it. I get it. No,
that's
I
why
get
I
it.
got 3 of them.
I get it. Wait, let's get back to the music. So now, boom.
Let's go.
So 27 around there, you started doing music,
Yeah.
and you immediately got straight into like the R&B genre, or you were doing something else at first?
Man, you know, like I hate boxes. Like I hate like when anyone tries to put me in a box, like a R&B or a pop box. Don't put me into a box until I'm dead, my guy. Like I'm all about like
You're an
I
artist.
love music.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I might like a pop song today. I might like an R&B song tomorrow. I might sing a country song the next day. For me, it's the love is music.
So what'd you do at first? Like, what was your like first? What were you aiming for in the beginning? Because you obviously
I just
when you
wanted to make
start,
good
You don't have
music.
like a kind of like a
Bro,
an
it's so
idea.
funny. My first EP, the most popular song on it was a country song. It got
Really?
like 4 million views. I'm
Holy
still
shit.
getting checks off of that shit.
Wow.
Yes. So you know, I don't ever want to say like, oh, I started off doing this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
I started off with a passion for music.
Yeah.
I started off in the concert band, learning drums and percussive instruments, and that's where like the foundation was really laid. You know, learning how to read the major and minor scales, and learning how to, you know, understand what an arpeggio is and all these different musical terms, a fugue and pianissimo and fortissimo and all these things. Like I'm very well versed in the language of music. I had to learn the language of music when I was in middle school and high school, and band. Shout out to Mr. McMath. He's retiring this year. He taught me everything that I know. But so that was like my introduction to it. So, but there was never a genre in band. It was just, you're playing this Sherman's March, or you're playing this song by John Williams, or you're playing, you know what I'm saying? Like it was never
So I
like
feel like that's what kind of separates you, because since you
shout out to John Williams.
Yeah, since you were like in that music kind of vibe in school, you don't. It's not like somebody that just wakes up one day and says, "Oh, I'm gonna be an R&B artist," and that's all they focus on. You have so much stuff that you've learned.
No, and I grew up in a house. My dad was a DJ, so I grew up listening to everything. So like, he was on the radio. I go to the radio station with them. You know what I'm saying? Like I learned about music and then the business of music, the radio side of things. I used to sneak over. My dad would do this show called The Quiet Storm. You might know The Quiet Storm. Every city in America had a Quiet Storm on their R&B station, right? So my dad used to do The Quiet Storm, and he'd go in to record his stuff, but it was in the same building with 102 Jams, which was the hip hop station. I was a kid, so of course I'd go across the hallway and I'd wait for that little red light that went to go off and say on the air, and I'd tap money constantly, yo, what's up? And then I go in and they let me answer the phones. And like, so that's like, it's such a long, that's like, a cool story. It's a long story, right? Like like I learned the business of music. I learned the technicality of music. I learned how to sing by just watching. I learned the visual arts, you know? So like, it's been a lifelong journey. Like I'm 33 years old now, and it's been literally maybe 28 years of studying. Just straight studying all different genres. That's why, like, for example, the song that we made was a takeoff of Hall & Oates Maneater. You wouldn't expect a young black kid to know Hall & Oates Maneater. But because I grew up with the diversity and the culture of music being home, not this particular type of music or that particular, I was exposed to all. So that really like cemented my foundation. And that's part of the reason now why it's been, and that's worked adversely to me as well, because people like to like, okay, you're an RBR, they want to put you there, right? Former staff managers, they want to put, they want to, because it's easy to sell. It's easy to
label
sell.
is gonna want to say, you need a lane.
Yeah,
and
right.
We're
exactly.
gonna put you under this category because we need to sell records.
Yeah, exactly.
Genres or boxes.
We have to market you. Yeah.
That's why I use the term genre bending when I talk about this project. The Mayday project is a genre bending project.
And how long you guys been working together?
What? It's over a year now, right?
23. We met in 23.
Was it 23?
Wow. And so you guys been working on this new project that you're about to put out, or
no? Bam's my MD. So he started off as my MD before he became my producer, right? So we went to him. Shout out to Sarah, because Sarah introduced me to Bam.
I met Sarah, right?
You did. You met Sarah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sarah. So Sarah introduced me to Bam, and that was we went to Tyrese. Yo, the story of how I met this man. We went to Tyrese's house, right? And Tyrese has this. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. Tyrese has this courtyard where he's got a big old Optimus. Is it Optimus Prime?
He's got a Bumblebee in the
backyard. Yellow one. Yeah.
Bumblebee.
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm walking through this man's house, and I'm like, I'm in Tyrese's house. It was sick. And so like that was how I met him. Yeah. No, I don't know if he was there.
So I'm Tyrese's producer, and I was working on something with him. But
and then he pulls up.
We had downtime, and I was like, Sarah told me about GATSBY. I'm like, well, come by. We can meet here. So they pulled up.
Sick.
So he's walking past the Bumblebee, and then Ty got a club in the backyard.
He's like a fucking kid in Toys R Us.
It was
what the
awesome.
Fuck is this?
I'm walking by. It was the first time I'm seeing plaques and this, that. It was my first time ever really getting like
Tyrese is so
the
fire.
taste.
Like I feel like he doesn't get the notoriety that he deserves.
So versatile in everything that he does. Not only that, he's a phenomenal actor too. Like he's really a triple threat.
He's done so much. So I respect Tyrese for sure. It was funny because at one point I was telling people that, let's say somebody had to be introduced to R&B, and I would give them Sweet Lady.
Sweet Lady was
like if the aliens was to come down and be like, what's R&B? Sweet love for a lifetime, I'll be there.
If you need me, just call and receive me.
Bro, that's such a
I'll do your back
record.
vocals anytime.
So shout out to Tyrese, man.
Yeah, shout out to Tyrese.
Yo, Bam, who else have you worked with, bro?
Chris Brown, Usher, Mary J. Blige, Trey Songz.
Oh my God.
K. Michelle.
Sheesh.
August Alsina, Mario.
Nice.
St. John.
Oh, you were telling me
The
earlier.
St. John shit gonna go hard, bro.
Shout out to St. John.
He's doing Coachella soon.
I definitely
Fire.
like I told you earlier, as somebody that I want to work with is visually, so we'll try to make that happen, man.
Santo, that's my brother.
Yeah, John.
A bunch of people, man.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, Dr. Dre.
Awesome. Yeah, no, that's
Jay,
I already know.
Yeah.
Like,
You got a lot of dope people around you when it comes to the music scene.
yeah, man. I always learn that you gotta like, if you want to learn how to do this, you gotta invest in working with the best. So like for me, that's why everybody credited on my album pretty much got some kind of plaque. I don't, but everybody else does. And I think that's okay. Like, I don't mind saying that I'm the least experienced person on my album, bro, to be totally honest with you.
We lifting you up so you can
that's the point.
run it all the way home.
And that's the point. We invested in people that know what's going on and what they're doing so that they could teach me. Like, it's been a mentor. It's been a learning. Everything has been a learning. Every time I'm in a studio at Greasy, I'm learning. He talking about Phil Spector and the wall of sound and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, okay, how can we incorporate a wall of sound that was used for the Beatles into an R&B record? And we did it. And that's the cool thing is like, and that's why I say it's like, it's a genre bending project because you can't listen to this and be like, limit. He's an R&B artist. No, because we're using Phil Spector
as a reference.
Yes, and we're using various different vocalists and like it transcends time. We're using Hall & Oates for the #1 track and we're taking it back to like there's so many different ways and techniques in which we're doing this, but we're making it custom to my voice so that you can't really listen to my voice and be like, oh well, he's a Weeknd wannabe, because as soon as you hear that I sound like The Weeknd, we switch it up. And as soon as you hear that I sound like Chris Brown, we switch it up. And as soon as you think that I'm sounding like Ed Sheeran, we switching it up. You know what I'm saying? So that's the whole goal is like, we're finding our sound, but my sound is not going to be put into a box ever. I don't want to ever be put into a box. If I wake up tomorrow like Beyonce and say, I want to make a country album, I want that to be received by my fans. And so I don't ever want to put myself in a situation where my people who listen to me only expect one thing from me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, what else does he have?
I have a rock and roll album that I've never released.
I gotta hear that, dude.
I have a whole album.
Do you think moving out here has expanded your music, like experimenting wise with other sounds?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah? Because I think that the industry is here. So like, even though they say Hollywood is dying and this, that, and the other, maybe in the film industry, but it seems like the music,
100%.
The music is still here. You know, like it seems the talent is here. You know what I'm saying? So like, moving out to LA was one of the most beneficial things that I could do. Although I was working with people in LA when I was in New York, like I'd fly back and forth.
Okay.
Or, we'd get on, me and Greasy been working together since the pandemic. I'd get on, the FaceTime, we'd talk, whatever. But there's a difference when you can pull up to the studio. And since I've moved to Los Angeles, the studio has become my refuge. Like, for example, when The Hills caught on fire, you know where I went?
I think you went to the studio, didn't you?
I went to the studio. Yeah, I called up Greasy. I loaded up the dogs and we went to the studio.
Yeah,
so the studio has become like a second home to me. It's been a place of refuge for me. It's been a place of evolution for me. It's where I've found out who I really am. Believe it or not, 33 years old, I'm still discovering who I am. And that's part of the evolutionary process. Yes.
I learn as I go as well, man.
But all that goes into the art though.
Yeah.
All that transcends in the music and you can hear it. Like you can hear me discovering myself in the Mayday Project. And so I just think that, we don't have to have it all. You don't have to have all the answers, but like exploring the answers and exploring the questions. Is the earth flat? You know what I'm saying? That's
it's you know what? You got to live life and just have fun while you're at it.
Oh yeah, man.
I can't understand people who live like miserable and always upset at all times. It's like,
me neither.
Dude, cheer the fuck up. You're alive.
Yeah.
Go smell some flowers, touch some grass.
That's easier said than done though.
I was gonna say some of them people wish they were dead.
You're right.
Say it again.
Some of those people wish they were dead. I get what you're saying though, but nothing is random.
Yeah.
People end up where they end up for a reason.
Yeah. That's true.
We don't always understand those reasons.
Yeah.
But all we know is what we know.
Yeah. Right.
The new name of the podcast, All We Know is What We Know.
He done named the podcast 3 times.
He gave me like 5 different names for my podcast. I'm 17 episodes in. I'm not changing it.
You know what's funny though?
A spin-off.
Sign me.
No, this is
6-time #1 Grammy nominated producer talking about Sign Me is crazy.
All right. So real quick, I'm gonna give you some flash questions.
Oh,
I just want you to give me some answers.
Off the top?
Yeah.
Shit.
Okay, here we go.
Do they have to be politically correct?
No, just whatever comes to your mind. Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. New York pizza or West Coast tacos?
New York pizza.
Favorite artist?
Michael
who?
Jackson.
You could have said Michael Bublé. You never know. Sorry.
Sorry. Michael Bublé is dope, bro.
Do you write your lyrics on paper or on your phone?
Phone. We don't write.
Would you rather
we write them after the fact.
Would you rather go to a concert or a sports game?
Concert.
If you had to choose one food to eat for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Turkey sandwich. On rye bread, lettuce, tomato, mayo, oil and vinegar, toasted.
For the rest of your life, that's it.
That's what I eat every day anyway.
Okay.
A turkey sandwich on rye is my shit, bro.
I gotta respect that.
Or chicken soup.
What would be your food if you had to choose one food for the rest of your life?
Man, McDonald's.
No, bro.
Yes. Where's my
Mickey D's.
Yeah, hit me again. Yeah, bombs.
What is that? Is it the Funk Flex bombs?
No,
I love it.
Give me a moment. Shout out to Ronald McDonald and all of you good people.
Good guy.
At McDonald's. I am sick of people talking shit about McDonald's and yeah, it's bad for you. Yeah, if you had a burger in your pocket for a week, it wouldn't get fucked up. But how does that shit taste?
The nuggets be hitting.
Nothing that tastes better than that.
Listen.
What you say? I done ate from this country
Yes.
to every continent on this planet except Antarctica.
I think that bug is still in here.
I'm
by
going
the
with
way.
McDonald's, bro.
No. Let me tell you something. Out of fast food, I gotta admit, McDonald's it just takes the cake, man. You know, the fries are always good. It just always hits. You know, it's
And
really
I'm willing
hard.
to let people laugh at me. It's like, laugh. But deep down, you know I'm telling the truth. You know I'm
Hey,
not
no, this
lying.
was definitely a dope conversation. So
Is it over?
No. Well, this year, what else do you have going on in the horizon right now? No pun intended.
I love that.
What you got going on as far as music wise or career wise, just life?
I'm dropping my first album. Yeah, I'm super excited. Yeah. Is that the Yeah. I can't hear it. But I'm dropping my first ever project, which is like, it's funny because like I'm excited about it, but I'm also nervous because you never know how your art is going to be received. And you know what's so interesting about like doing that is like you work for months, in this case 2.5 years, to make this project, and then I know 2.5 years is crazy. It is. Before I moved here, I was working on it. We were flying back and forth every month from New York to work on this, and then I'd come back, and it was amazing. But it's not in my control anymore. Once on May 1st, when this comes out to the world, it's like,
oh, it's right around the corner.
Mayday for Mayday. You know what I'm saying?
How many songs do you have on this project?
It's gonna be 9 total songs.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right,
It's like
right
Thriller.
there. It's not too
What's
much.
Thriller? Right.
Yeah, it's not too much, not too little.
From your mouth
you
to
know?
God's ear.
And so what can we expect without leaking too much? What can we expect from this project?
I mean, I think that we're going to transcend time. I think that you're going to hear some old stuff in a new modern way. That's one of the tracks that he produced. I think that you're going to hear classic R&B tracks. I think that you're going to hear
Some dance stuff.
Definitely some dance pop records. I think we're going to take it and do some housey stuff. Like I got a song, No More is No More is my favorite.
On this album?
I got plenty of features. I got my producer
Don't
Bam.
say too much.
I got my producer Biscuit and Butter. I got my producer Skinny. I got Gio who helped me write these tracks. I got Decope. Those are all collaborators and therefore features in my opinion. This is not a one person thing. It takes
a village, man.
Are you kidding me? Like I said, I'm the least experienced on the entire project. So it really is the whole thing is a collaborative effort between multiple professionals and then me, this amateur who moved here, who's like, let's see if I can do it. You know what I'm saying? So like,
You're doing it, bro.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
And the people around you that they see your effort, they see your passion for it. You're a good dude, so the energy is always good. So you have people around. Obviously, they're gonna be around you. Not only obviously it's a business thing, but it's because they really see what you're doing and they believe in you. You know what I mean?
I appreciate.
Because they're not gonna put. It's like me, like somebody that comes up to me with a song, they're like, hey, I want you to shoot my music video. Honestly, I got to the point where... I'm sure you get a lot of that. Oh, yeah. I'm like, let me hear the song first. If I really don't like the song and you sound like shit, I'm not going to do it.
Right.
My name's on it. So I feel like that's him with you. His name is on it.
Yeah.
So he's not going to work with some shit that he don't believe in.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, come on. It's a 6-time #1. Like,
dude.
I must be doing something right.
He fucking mentioned and he's here chilling with us. Like, I feel like I have an imposter syndrome right now. Like, I shouldn't even be here.
I'm gonna say it right now. I'm gonna get him his first. I'm gonna get him his Grammy
flowers,
though.
Bro.
I'm gonna get him his first Grammy though. I think we gonna get the first Grammy though.
Hey, listen.
Bro, I'm manifesting that right now, right here.
Manifesting is a real thing, and I'm living proof. Like everything that I say I'm gonna do, I do it. If I say I'm gonna work with somebody, I do it, bro.
Amen.
It's so weird how my life works.
Yeah. Well, you speak it, and then once you speak it, it's like you trick your mind into doing it because it's like you don't want to let yourself down.
Yeah.
So it's like this whole like Words are powerful, man.
And then I don't want to let people down because I shouldn't do this, but I have a bad habit of telling people what I'm going to do, and I shouldn't do it. But the fact that I do tell people, I make sure that I fucking do it, because if I don't do it, they're going to be like, this motherfucker's talking shit.
But be careful who you tell, though, because most people, they want to see you do well, but nobody wants to see you do better than them.
Yeah, I got to work on that.
I will say the other side of telling people is good, because I believe you need witnesses. I mean, I'm always, even from our conversation before, I'm coming from a spiritual perspective, and I believe that God needs witnesses to the things that He's spoken. So I don't think there's anything that we're doing that He hasn't spoken.
Amen.
So I think it's important to say, like, for people to hear, like, He said that, because they're going to tell people.
Do you think it's like cool that I do that or not?
I think it's a mixture of what I'm saying and what He said.
Okay.
Being careful who you
like.
tell.
What if I like my close friends kind of vibe?
Maybe. I think it's trusting the gut, because there's times you meet a stranger, it's like, I don't know why I feel led to talk to you.
Right.
And then there's times where it's like, I shouldn't say anything to my closest
my best friend. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But I think witnesses are important, because they reverberate, like, they'll tell the world, like, he told me.
Yeah.
That's big. Like, you need people to say, like, he said this would happen. They'll tell everybody.
Yeah.
That's important.
I think discernment is important too. Like, you got to learn how to feel the energy of the room, and learn that, like, even though someone might have the title of best friend, they may not be.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, I got mature enough to handle it.
Right.
I got a handful of people that I call like close friends.
That you shouldn't tell certain things to.
Yeah, they're just like literally like, it's like 4 people that I know that I can really trust. But everybody else, I have trillions of people I say hi to.
Right.
But close friends are very, very close.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. And sometimes it's best to keep everything a secret. Like, wherever you feel, whatever, like, there is no answer that works for everyone. I think it's an individually customized and tailorable solution. Yeah, right. And you have to listen to it. Like, and sometimes it's even members of your family. Like, you don't want to tell certain things because it's just like, maybe you just want to show them afterwards. You don't want to tell them ahead of time, because they might, even though they might say, oh yeah, I support you, Cross, deep down, that energy is saying, like, he can't do that, and that they put that out into the universe, and you can that yes, and it does, and like that can affect you.
Off of that shit, though.
Yes.
Like, if somebody says, I don't think you will be able to do that.
But whoever says that to your face, really, nobody really.
No. But I feel like if I feel like they feel that,
right, yeah.
Like, you could see it, you can sense it, and I'm like, yo, my man, I'm gonna do it 10 times better than I said I was gonna do it.
See, but even that could be dangerous, because now you could be doing something for the wrong reason.
Right.
You could be doing something just to show you that I'm more than what you think.
Right.
As opposed to the original idea just being like, I believe in this, the world needs this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that's why I think trusting your gut is so important, because your gut translates things that you're not even aware of.
Yeah.
Like, there's things that we don't even know why we know, but your gut is just like, just do it.
That voice in your head.
We'll talk later, but just do it.
Yeah.
I think for the most part, sorry to cut you off.
No,
I think for the most part, though, like, yeah, I do tell, like I said, like, close friends of what I'm doing. I don't tell strangers, but a lot of the time so far in my career or life, I've done so much that it takes for somebody to pull me to the side and be like, yo, like, you inspire me type of shit, to make me be like, look at what I'm doing. Like I kind of like snap out of it and look back. I'm like, damn, I actually am doing a lot. And I don't think about it while I'm doing it. I'm just living life, and I want to accomplish so much.
Right.
And then when someone pulls me to the side, like, yo.
Look at how
far
you
really inspire me.
Yeah.
Like, you do so much and you make it look effortless. And then I look back, I'm like, damn, I do a lot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that kind of like, I get really humbled when people tell me that. You know what I'm saying? And
life is funny that way.
Oh, it's so weird.
We never really see what we've done because we're too busy looking for the next.
Yeah.
So you never really appreciate what is. But I've learned as I get older that, like, I keep my circle very small, and to who I share different things with, because even though someone might tell you to your face, I support you. And I think it's very interesting that you said that you would rather confide in people that you know as opposed to a stranger. In my experiences, I found that strangers sometimes can be the most supportive. When I post on Instagram, I might get like 50, 60 likes from my friends or whatever, but then like you put it out on the ad or whatever to the world and it goes into the thousands. That tells you right there, like, the people that you are trying to make an impact with are people that you will never meet. They're people that you don't know.
Were you out there when we were talking and I brought up the scripture
where it says
I
the
wasn't
prophet
there.
is not received in his own country?
No.
You
But
weren't
that
out
makes
there?
sense. That makes sense, though.
So that might have been when you left, but we were talking about something like that. Like the people closest to you are the ones that often can't see you.
Yeah.
Because they'd be like, oh, I know you. That's just
Yep.
John.
Yep.
It's like your wife.
And that's
like
okay.
your wife doesn't look at you like other people look at you because
Right.
she's tired of seeing you every day.
But you know what's cool?
You know what's funny?
The stranger doesn't know you as just John.
Exactly.
They see you like,
They see a
yo.
superstar. They see a star.
It's
right.
so funny because like when I'm doing some amazing shit or whatever, and people like, and then my wife's with me, and then someone comes up to me and is like, oh my god, like they'll big me up, and she'll look at me like, you just regular Josh, you're Josh. You know what I'm saying?
But you need
and then
that
I look
to keep
at
you
her, and
grounded.
she humbles me so quick. And
need
I'm like,
that.
I look at her like I'm the man. I'm like, yeah, I'm the man. She looks at me like, yo, chill.
Yeah.
Like
You need both.
I'm like, damn, you're right.
It's a yin and a yang, right? You need,
Yeah, she's
you
like,
need
she's not
both.
impressed because she's like, she
Especially
knows
with
me.
your wife.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
people close often can't see you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a thing.
That's true.
Yeah.
People cannot see you.
Yeah.
Because they know you.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
they can't imagine like this guy that I've seen shit his Pampers is the CEO of Apple. Nah.
Yeah.
Not him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nah. I used to clean his diapers. I used to change his diapers. It's just people.
They be the first one asking for their money, though.
Oh yeah.
But
And feel entitled to it.
But a stranger will listen to that idea like,
yeah.
yeah, you're hired.
Yeah. For
But
sure.
your friend could be like, man,
Yeah.
bro, you work at Walmart. You ain't that.
Part of my evolutionary process as an artist has been like understanding that the people that I know, first of all, they're not obligated to support me. So for me to expect that from them is kind of crazy. Number one, and number two, the world of an artist is so lonely because although you can be in a stadium with 80,000 people screaming your name, you don't know a single one of those people. You will never know them, but you touch them in a way that's so impactful to them that they're willing to cry, scream, throw their shit on the stage for you. And that's like,
And you don't
but
know
like
none of them.
but you still go back into this lonely world where it's just you and your manager and your
Whoa, I never
assistant,
thought
and
of
then you
that.
never really like you're not like, so it's a mind fuck in the weirdest way because you're
Holy
adored by the world,
shit.
but you're in a confined space where you never can really truly feel it because these are not people that you know, and the people that you know don't want to gas you up, so they're never going to
my
tell you how
God,
much
that
they
just
love you.
fucked me up,
So
bro.
you end up in this weird kind
I
of
feel like
mind
that's why
fuck
a lot
mental
of
situation.
artists are like they get into drugs and shit.
Allegedly, the allegedly
Today on the
podcast.
allegedly podcast.
The Rico charges are coming.
Shout out to the new podcast, Rico.
Rico.
Did he do it?
Yes, he did.
Hey, did you ever go to a Diddy party?
No, I was never
Next
invited.
question.
I was never cool enough to be invited.
Cool.
I'm just now even starting to be.
I've been
I'm
around
not
a
even
bit,
cool. Yeah,
I've been
yeah.
around.
I bet you have. You seen anything?
I can't say I have.
Okay.
No. Yeah. A lot of people say that's why I find so interesting is that everybody who's ever was like at a Diddy party is like, yeah, that shit must have happened after I left.
Well, they don't.
But I
wanna
know I'm
say
not
anything.
cool enough. Like,
Oh.
my career is still going like this. I'm not
6
in a
times?
place where it's like, by name, pull up.
I think that's
Somebody-
fire
I
that
just
you still
happen
see
to
your
be
career
around.
is going here because I look at your career and I'm like, I want to be like that. And
I
you're like,
that
I'm
he
still on the
thinks that,
climb
though.
out.
I like that he still thinks
That's
that.
fire. No ceiling. No ceiling.
See,
Shout out
the
to
thing
that.
is,
No
only,
ceiling.
only you know what you see for yourself.
That's fire. Yeah.
People know what you displayed.
Yeah.
But if I truly see myself, I'm Steve Jobs, Walt Disney in my head.
I love that.
So for me, it's like, this is like preseason. Everything I've done. But again, only you see where you're going.
Right.
Other people see what you've done. So
Right.
I appreciate what I've done, and I know that's all you can see. But in my mind, I'm like, I ain't even
So
made
much
Disney
further to
World
go.
yet.
Yeah.
Like in real life.
Love
Yeah.
that.
I don't have Disney World. I don't have a
Okay.
Bad Boy. I don't have a Def
shit.
Jam yet.
Hold on, real quick.
But I know what's happening.
Yeah, for sure.
You know.
And if you speak it, that's half the battle. Speaking it into existence.
start imagining what's happening.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, yeah, I'm pretty much here. I'm in the parking lot of that Superior Grocers.
Okay. I'm about to wrap up right now, so
Tell him he can come up. He can have a drink.
you wouldn't want to come up here, would you?
Fuck, dude, not really, man. I
Oh.
don't want to fucking roast this clutch and like hit some bump that I don't see. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right, so I'll let you know when I'm heading there. I'm wrapping up right now.
All right, sorry, man.
Did
Nah,
we
you're
even
good,
talk
you're
about
good.
the records?
All right. Yeah, no, that shit was crazy.
All right, man.
All right, I'll see you in a sec.
When he said bump, I just
Well, because we came up
I
here.
went there.
Naturally?
No, like. That's what I thought he was saying. I was just like.
No, we came up here earlier to
means
like
like on the
scout,
road.
and he has a stick shift car, and he like
lowrider.
He was like burning his
Forgive me.
fucking clutch.
You thought he was talking about the other kind of bump.
On the next episode of
The Bump Podcast.
You Got Something in Your Nose podcast.
Deviated septum.
Nah, man. But
Shrink
again,
dick.
this was amazing. I appreciate you. Welcoming
This
me
was
to your
fun.
home. It's always a good time working with you. We did an amazing 2 visuals. You guys will see it soon.
I'm excited.
With a band, it was amazing. We had the drones out.
Fire.
Over here in the hills. This was fucking amazing.
Let's go. Fire.
And I'm excited to see what you got coming this year. Your
Thank you.
album, and definitely we're gonna work again this year and come
Of
out with
course.
some new visuals. And yeah, again, man, your energy is dope, and I see nothing but greatness for your future.
Man, I appreciate that.
And yeah, man, thank you so much.
No, bro.
And
Thank you.
That seals this episode, man. This was great.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you for being vulnerable with the whole pilot
course.
conversation.
Yeah.
And Ben, thank you. You're the man. Yeah, it was a pleasure meeting you. And a pleasure meeting my man back here in the background too. Nobody sees him, but he's back here. What's his name?
Shout out to Nam Jones in the
Nam
building.
Jones in the motherfucking
Nam
building.
Jones in the
God dang it.
building. Nam Jones in the building.
Love you guys.
Shout out to the squad.
And cut.